Today we will see class 10 geography, resources and development. Can you identify and name the various items used in making life comfortable in our villages and towns? List the items and name the material used in their making. Everything available in our environment can be used to satisfy our needs, provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable, can be termed as resource. Figure 1.1 Interdependent relationship between nature, technology and institution. Physical environment, nature, technology, institution. In the center of the triangle, human beings. The process of transformation of the things available in our environment involves an interactive relationship between nature, technology and institutions. Human beings interact with the nature through technology and create institutions to accelerate their economic development. Do you think that resources are free gifts of nature, as is assumed by many? They are not. Resources are the functions of human activities. Human beings themselves are essential components of resources. They transform materials available in our environment into resources and use them. These resources can be classified into following ways. On the basis of origin, biotic and abiotic. On the basis of accessibility, renewable and non-renewable. On the basis of ownership, individual, community, national and international. On the basis of status of development, potential, developed stock and reserves. Figure 1.2 Classification of resources. Resources classified into two: natural, human. Natural classified into two: renewable, non-renewable. Renewable classified into continuous or flow, example wind, water. Biological classified into natural, wildlife, natural vegetation, forests. Non-renewable again classified into two: recyclable, example metals, non-recyclable, example fossil fuels. Human classified into two: structures and institution, quantity and quality. Activity: identify at least two resources from each category. Types of resources: on the basis of origin, biotic resources. These are obtained from biosphere and have life, such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. Abiotic resources: all those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. For example, rocks and metals. On the basis of exhaustibility, renewable resources. The resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical or mechanical process are known as renewable or replenishable resources. For example, solar and wind energy, water, forests, and wildlife, etc. The renewable resource may further be divided into continuous or flow, figure 1.2. Non-renewable resources. These occur over a very long geological time. Minerals and fossil fuels are examples of such resources. These resources take millions of years in their formation. Some of the resources like metals are recyclable and some like fossil fuels cannot be recycled and get exhausted with their uses. On the basis of ownership, individual resources, these are also owned privately by individuals. Many farmers own land which is allotted to them by government against the payment of revenue. In villages, there are people with the land ownership, but there are many who are landless. Urban people own flats, houses and other property. Plantation, pasture land, ponds, water in wells, etc. are some of the examples of resources ownership by individuals. Make a list of resources owned by your household. Community owned resources. There are resources which are accessible to all the members of the community. Village, commons, grazing grounds, burial grounds, village, ponds, etc. Public parks, picnic spots, playgrounds in urban areas are de facto accessible to all people living there. National resources. Technically, all the resources belong to the nation. The country has the legal powers to acquire even private property for public good. You might have seen roads, canals, railways being constructed on the fields owned by some individuals. Urban development authorities get empowered by the government to acquire land. All the minerals, water resources, forest, wildlife, land within the political boundaries and the oceanic area up to 12 nactorial miles 22.2 km from the coastal termed as territorial water and resources therein belong to the nation. International resources. There are international institutions which regulate some resources. The oceanic resources beyond 200 nactorial miles of the exclusive economic zone belong to open ocean and no individual country can utilize these without the concurrence of international institutions. Do you know? Do you know that India has got the right to the mine manganese nodules from the bed of the Indian Ocean from that area which lies beyond the exclusive economic zone? Identify some other resources which are international in nature. On the basis of the status development. Potential resources. Resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized. For example, the western parts of India, particularly Rajasthan and Gujarat, have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy, but so far these have not been developed properly. Developed resources. Resources which are survived and their quality and quantity have been determined for utilization. The development of resources depend on technology and the level of their feasibility. Stock. Materials in the environment which have the potential to satisfy the human needs, but the human beings do not have the appropriate technology to access these, are included among stock. For example, water is a component of two gases, hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen can be used as a rich source of energy, but we do not have advanced technical know-how to use it for this purpose. Hence, it can be considered as stock. Reserves. Reserves are the subset of the stock which can be put into use with the help of existing technical know-how, but their use has not been started. These can be used for meeting future requirements. River water can be used for generating hydroelectric power, but presently it is being utilized only to limited extent. Thus, the water in the dams, forests, etc. is the reserve which can be used in future. Activity. Prepare a list of stock and resources that you are familiar with from your local area. Development of resources. Resources are vital for human survival as well as for maintaining the quality of life. It was believed that resources are free gifts of nature. As a result, human beings use them indiscriminately, and this has led to the following major problems. Depletion of resources for satisfying the greed of few individuals, accumulation of resources in few hands, which in turn divided the society into two segments, that is, haves and have not, or rich and poor. Activity. Imagine if the oil supply gets exhausted one day, how would this affect our lifestyle? 2. Plan a survey in your colony or village to investigate people's attitudes towards recycling of domestic or agricultural wastes. Ask questions about A. What do they think about resources they use? What is their opinion about the wastes and its utilization? C. Collate your result. Collage your results. Discriminate exploitation of resources has led to global ecological crises such as global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental pollution, and land degradation. An equitable distribution of resources has become essential for a sustained quality of life and global peace. If the present trend of resource depletion by a few individuals and countries continues, the future of planet is in a danger. Therefore, resource planning is essential for sustainable existence of all forms of life. Sustainable existence is a component of sustainable development. Thank you.